So as you saw from the title, in this video I'll be showing you guys how to play Chamber on Pearl. I haven't done a map guide in quite a while, so let me know if you guys want more, or if you have any other agents you want me to make a guide on, feel free to drop a comment. So to get that out of the way, first I'll be showing you some setups and a general idea of how to play defense. So you can do this TP. This is like the common TP. It gives you some nice range. You can go on like kind of like an off angle if you just crouch and hold this angle. Usually they'd swing maybe like this angle, or here maybe back of halls. Well, not there, but back of halls. So holding this nice angle here, crouch, you can easily get one TP back because it's one of the angles I do quite a lot. For a safer angle, just in case maybe they have like a neon or something, you could do this one. This gives you less range, but a little bit more safety with that box there. So again, you can just hold here, kind of like an off angle. Stay crouched, hold this angle. They wide swing, you get a pick, and then you can just go back, hold. Forgot to call out mid doors. Just for a heads up as well, you'd want to usually put your trip around kind of like here. Don't do the like you see a lot of people kind of putting the trip in the corner, which is fine, but in my experience I feel like the trip is gonna be used as like a flank cover anyway. So if you put it here, it's gonna be more inclined to get smoked off. So if you just put it here, it's like they can't smoke this off because they'd walk into the smoke and then the trip would still be there. But for example, if you put the trip here, they could just kind of like smoke it off. I'll give you like a little example on Valorant, but they'd smoke the corner off here with the smoke, and then they just walk through. But if you put it bang in the middle, they must destroy it. Like there's no other way around it. So just for a heads up, always try to put the chamber trips like kind of in the middle, like like here, or like just wherever. Like even if let's say you're attacking, don't like put the trip like, let's say here, because this is smokable. Just put it bang in the middle, because it's just better so you don't get smoked off. So anyway, to get that out of the way, so back to the setups. Yeah, so this is one of the TPs you can do. Another one is up here. You'd want to do this TP if you're getting a bit predictable, if they're kind of like pre-aiming you or like trying to push you off with the util. You can just go up here. Typically they'd smoke like maybe like Astra, fake smoke, jet smoke to cross, so there's a good chance you will get a kill. They'll just swing this, or even if they don't and they just swing the pillar, you can just move a little bit to the left and just hold this angle, and then take a shot. You can TP back up here if they keep aggressing, take another shot. It's pretty good. I really like playing the site on chamber because there's a lot of spots you can do. You can just put your TP here as well. You can play kind of really far. Just hold this, take a shot. The thing with B long on Pearl, there's so much angles chamber can play, so much off angles. Like you can literally like there, here, back there, up here. Really good. So that's more or less it for B. Just try and make yourself kind of unpredictable. If you keep doing the same TP over and over, the same angles, if you just keep going here 4 rounds in a row, they're going to push you off or like triple swing you. Yeah, you can TP off, but sometimes there's a delay on the TP and you'll die mid TP. So try always be unpredictable. Play one angle here this round, play another angle here. You can do even here, like a little more push stuff, So to do A now, personally I don't really like playing A. It's just not as much freedom. There's only really one spot you can go. It's kind of just, you either put your TP here and then you just run up, try to take control of A, and then take a shot, come back. It's not really safe because if they let's say they push you off with fade util, which is very like usually fades played on this map, or like I don't know, maybe a gecko or something. But if they push you off with util, which is extremely likely, especially if you play here quite a few times, if you TP back, you're not exactly safe because they're going to keep running you down, especially if they have a neon or jet or like a really fast agent. You're probably going to die here because you need to TP back and roll all the way back, and it's just kind of scuffed. But if you do play A, the TP I would really recommend to go to the safest spot is this one right there. Yes, you you could still like hold this angle, like this tie angle, and still be in the range. But what you want to do is when the barriers drop, take your knife out, run, get into the range of TP, and then you just sit here. This is my favorite TP maybe on the whole map because it's so so safe. Even if you don't get one, you're all the way backside, and even if they rush you, you can just take another angle, um, and just hold them off. This is like one of the safest TPs I think in all of the maps because it's just you're literally in zero danger because you're gonna have a teammate, maybe arts or like running flowers, so you'll be ready to fight the site. So really good TP there. Also, if I haven't covered, if you're gonna play A, you just trip art, just do that. That's good enough. Or like here's not as bad, like to put it in the corner because it's like even if they smoke it, you're probably gonna hear if you're playing around here, or you're gonna have a teammate like maybe connector or something. So you'll hear if they smoke this. So you can put it there if you want, but I'd still just put it bang in the middle, just in case, So for A, it's not really, not much else you can do here apart from those two TPs. This one here and the one back in dugout. So I've shown you guys some setups you can do on site, but for me personally, I would try play mid as much as possible. If you're gonna be playing chamber on this map, because mid on Pearl is extremely important for map control, because there's so much like entry points from mid to site, like you mid doors are. So if the enemy take control of this whole area, they just have the control of the whole map because they can go literally anywhere they want. So I'll show you guys some setups on mid. Chamber is really good at holding mid in this map because he can initially anchor both art and also mid door. So you can put your trip there. You can put your TP, let's just say like maybe here. And then you can just push up. Try to take a pick with whatever gun you have. Headhunter, rifle, it doesn't really matter. But you can take an aggressive peek here. If there's one top mid, you can take a shot, come back relatively to safety. Because if you're going to be taking a shot mid top, there's probably not going to be one challenging you here, and even if there is one challenging you here, you can still, take a shot and then TP back. I don't know why I took my TP, but you get the gist. And vice versa here, you can just put the TP, bang, put your, well, not your TP, your trip there, and then put your TP here. Sorry, I mix it. If I mix up trip and TP, like, you know what I mean. I just, they're both just kind of similar, so I always just mix them up. But yeah, you can, take this aggressive angle. Chamber's TP goes, of course, really far after the buff, so you can just hold this. If they're pushing up from, shops, you can take this angle here, take a shot. Okay, well, try being in the range, of course, don't do what I did, but you can still take the fight here. They're going to push out, so you can just hold this, take a shot, and you're definitely safe to safety. There's no way. I mean, if they push up from main, then I don't know. If you're gonna play here, I'd probably maybe trip main if there's no one playing there. Just put it here. But if there is a teammate, a main holding you, then yeah, you definitely want to put it here so you can hold both. So for defense, I think that's more or less it that I can think of. The main thing I think you guys should take away from this is just try be aggressive on mid, because if you get one pick, like let's say you call for your teammates, okay, like if you're having trouble holding mid, and you get a pick, it's gonna change the tide of the match, because if you get that mid control, you're just gonna take you're gonna win the round. Let's just say that. Like, there's no way if you get up numbers and take all of this control here, if the enemy still somehow win the round, it's possible they could lurk up, but I just feel like taking mid in this map is just so huge. So to now go on attack, Chamber on attack is kind of, I mean, he's kind of iffy. I'd assume a lurk roll here on Pearl because it's a very big map. So, on Chamber, I'd lurk on this map. But if you're gonna push site, the first TP you'd want to do, not TP, sorry, the first trip you'd want to place is this one here. You can do the trip here if you want, but you just got no range like on site. Riot, please, I beg of you, make this trip universal again. But anyways, yeah, you can put the trip here. It gives you a lot more room than if you put it, oh, I'm stuck in the map. If you put it back here. So the first TP you can do, obviously this is very standard, probably most people know this. If they are pushing up, obviously you can take the first fight. You can call it. You can call to your team. You guys don't peek. Let me peek first. Take first contact. If there's one guy here, take his head off, or just TP back, and then your teammates can swing off you when you TP. That's the one strong thing about Chamber. If you have people ready when you take first contact, even if you don't kill them, but you know there's one there, they can just swing off your TP instantly. So the enemy might think, oh yeah, I'm safe now. He TP'd back. Nope, two people swung off him. So make sure you try to do that as well. Try have your teammates swing off your TPs if you don't kill them, because there's a good chance you will kill them, because you'll have that confidence when the chamber TP is up, so you'd win that fight most of the times. But even if you don't have your teammates ready, you'll get that kill anyways. So another TP you can do if you want is behind pillar. You can just kind of just push up a little bit. This is the TP I'd do if I'm holding flank. Let's say my trip is a little further. Like, this is the TP I'd do if I accidentally put my trip here, right? I sometimes do that. I'd put my just TP here so I can just be in the range. So I'll be taking like kind of the fights halls, or maybe one heaven if it's not smoked, But if my trip is more pushed up, like this one here, I'd probably put my TP over here, because I can actually push on site. I can go this is literally what I do. I'll give you a simulation of what I do. I put my TP there. If we take site, I push up to B link, and whatever I have, I try to just scout, because they'll be rotating, take a pick, and then TP back. I've done that a lot of times, and I've got a lot of kills doing that, because the enemies are not going to expect you to be pushed up that fast if you take the site. So it's a pretty unexpected play, but usually it works if you guys take site quickly. Yeah, you can put that TP there. You can take the fight, maybe spawn if there's one pushing up. When you're on site, I mean, at this point, if you're on site, you'd want to just be pushing back as Chamber, and just play like the far angles, because Chamber, of course, he excels at this map because there's such long range angles, so you'd want to be playing back here for post plant if it's planted there, and even if it is planted in the shit spot, which is here, you can still push up with this TP, take the fight, push them off, whatever you need to do, whatever happens in the round. So for B, that's more or less what I do. So for A, A is kind of, if you're gonna be pushing A, which I personally don't really push sites that often anyways, as Chamber, I lurk, but if you do, you don't really need to put a TP, because you're gonna probably be like 4-manning it, or whatever you're doing, like 4-man 1 lurk, and Chamber is typically that lurk. But if you have someone else lurking, let's say, for example, you'd be clearing all this anyways, so you don't really need to waste your TP when pushing up here. When you do get to this point though, well, if you cleared everything and you're still alive, you just put this TP here. Of course, a very standard TP. You got a lot of range. What I like to do when pushing, I like taking bomb, planting in the default spot, of course, is here, and then just TP back, because I'll be the safest person to be planting there. But if you don't have bomb, or you're just stubborn enough to take it, you can like push up all the way here, if you can, hold flowers, one pushing up, TP back. It's pretty unlikely you're gonna get to this spot, but if you do, yeah, you can do that. You can also hold dugout. You won't be in the range of the TP, but with the TP up, it'll give you that confidence to get to this point, and if you do, you can just get back into the range, and then TP back, hold secret. So for A, that's kind of it. It's not really much to talk about. I'll show you guys what to actually do on Pearl. What I personally do. So lurk. Lurking as Chamber in this map is pretty decent, because you can take your time, because this map is it's a pretty decently sized map. So if your team's pushing A, making a lot of noise, odds are they're going to be pushed back, so they're going to be kind of slow on this. So maybe there's like they usually, like Phoenix likes to push up here, so maybe there's an enemy Phoenix, enemy Chamber. So while they're creating so much noise here, you can just put your TP there, slowly take arts, whatever you have, head into a rifle. slowly take arts. So while they're making a lot of noise, they're probably, odds are there's probably an enemy holding, this angle ready for the flood. And you can easily catch them. I've done this quite a few times. You just slowly shift up. Obviously, don't do it straight away because they're gonna be aware of like lurks when the barriers drop. Like, wait for like 10-15 seconds, and then you can like push up. Again, it's kind of hard to give you guys a complete, you know, guide on what to do because Valorant is unpredictable. So who knows what situation you'll be put in? But let's say in an ideal situation, your team's pushing A, they're kind of slow on the take. They may be taking control of like A main around this part, and they call for you. Oh yeah, maybe wait for a chamber. This is what you'd want to do. Slowly push up here as I just showed you, and then you want to try to take art control. Maybe you get a pick, and then you get another one. Maybe another guy swings from connector trying to trade the guy you killed, and then you get 2 picks that your teammate takes sight, and then you basically win the round. That's why I feel like chamber is really good on this map, because if you just play slow, take your time, let your teammates make a lot of noise, you can catch the enemies with their pants down. So, for mid doors, I find lurking on mid doors very awkward because it's really easy for the enemy to just like, I don't know, they can play off angles, right? They can hold. This is not an off angle. Like, this is how you want to swing. You don't want to like clear this, then clear that, but they can still like be crouched holding this angle. So at least you just hold this tight angle. You swing, they pop you, instantly go back, especially with the rain or something. So I just find this, it's awkward, but if you execute it correctly, you can take like, let's say you don't put your trip. So when you lurk, you don't want to really be putting your trip because it kind of cuts your range of where you can lurk. I mean, you can put the trip there while lurking, sure, but typically I don't really put my trip, so I like save it. So if I take control of, let's say I do take control of this, I clear this, maybe get a kill, I can put my trip here, and then I can just keep going while having this angle completely secured. So even if there is one there, I can call to my team, oh yeah, I killed one B link or wherever I killed them, or if I kill one connector, then I re-trip connector, and then I just take all B link. I maybe see there's some info back holes, I take that info, and then I just tell my team, okay, you guys, you can push up B, maybe go A. There's one on my trip connector. So you basically just got a kill, secure this info connector, secure the info on B, and then you can call to your team to do whatever they want. That's why mid is so important in this map, because you can gather... Oh, I'm stuck. You can gather so much info and just maybe even get some picks around the map. Sorry. So I think that's more or less it. I can't really think of anything else or how I play pro any different from this. I just try to take some mid control. Sometimes I push with my teammates if we're struggling. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this guide. Sorry if it's a little off, but I'm not really used to making a guide video. So I'm kind of rusty. So hopefully you can bear with me. Hopefully you learned something, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace.